It's getting late. It's, I don't know, close to 9 o'clock. Standing on the res. It's one of my favorite type of drawing slash artwork because you can interpret it any way you want. But, I see a lot of wildlife over here. That's why I come here. I see deer, does, and bucks, and sometimes my heart gets a little caught up with some emotion because someday the way this earth is moving, they're not going to be here. Their presence will only be a memory. Same with those geese with their little schools of children that they guide around and make sure that they're moving in the right direction. Someday they're not going to be here either. And I look at this, trash and shit on the reservation, and then I apply that same shit to what I see in the inner cities all over the place with this stupid COVID stuff, and nobody made movement to start a cleaning campaign on the earth. I tipped over this cup lid, and the first thing I thought about was a system, the system that we all agreed to operate under here in the United States, which was a solid system involving people, but that's not here. It's not even a solid system. Well, the A, my daughter Amanda, I always go back to the Aztec on my verification checks. I was already over here drawing on the ground, asking my own personal questions. If the president of this country is busy managing foreign affairs and the military and diplomatic individuals that want to visit the United States that may be a risk, and the governor of each state is responsible for eyeballing what the president's doing, and whether they receive the memo or not, they're supposed to make positive movement in the same direction as the president and make sure they keep a tight operating section of land by passing messages down to the mayors of each hamlet, village, town, city, and all those little board of directors in the counties that oversee the counties, and make sure we're all moving in the same direction and raise up any concerns appropriately to the president by the movement of the people that they see, because the president can't see everything. Then I always question, how did that all change, or did the system break at some point in time? Did people stop following the direction of the president? Did the governors decide all on their own that each section of land that they govern, they're going to make up their own rules, their own ways of doing things, they're going to manage people their own way, and totally disregard the foundation of this country by acting like immature adolescents who really don't care about anything but themselves and their little cronies that follow them around? At what point did the governor of each state decide all on their own, with people below them supporting them, to go against the grain of this country? It's a question that needs to be answered, because Each one of these governors act like they are the next president. And to be the president of a company, to be the president of um, a club or anything, you cannot badmouth and talk shit about the person who's leading you, even if you disagree with them. You need to put facts behind your disagreements, roll it up in front of the current president, and ask for a response back. And then you hold those responses. You know, if it doesn't fit within your view of things, then you can hold that aside and maybe, just maybe, you might have a chance at the running. But to badmouth each one of the governors in each one of our states, badmouths the president. I don't care who the president is. You know, I, I never want to see a female president in this country because women have proven over time to be insecure, catty, pathetic individuals. And if we now see a problem with a man running the country, holy shit. I would never want to be under the wings and the command of any woman running this country because they cannot keep their insecurities at bay and make the right decisions. They rally up the wrong type of support, they do the wrong shit, and they intentionally harm people. It's proven fact. I don't know what the answer is for the United States. All I know is this is not the country that I grew up in. People aren't the same. And I don't really think anybody really gives a shit anymore because if they did, they'd be grouping together and having conversations and getting out there and doing something, like cleaning up this fucking mess. You know, the inner city trash makes me sick with this COVID bullshit. It really does. It makes me sick. There should have been teams of people that went through those city blocks and cleaned the fuck out of that. Pardon my French, or whatever language it comes from, but they should have cleaned the inner city blocks. It's disgusting. And everybody's right back to where they were before. Bathrooms are dirty. You know, I don't know what the exercise was all about. I really don't. Just like I don't know what the exercise of going to Afghanistan is all about. Because nobody went into Operation, you know, protect the United States. We're at war zone. It was a free-for-all, and it still is. And I don't get that.